First of all, I want your reaction because you have been through everything with this team.
Absolutely. And not only the team, the city. I mean, I grew up here and I've seen everything that this town has gone through. And this right now at the top of the list for Cleveland sports moments, without a question. And I think every Cavaliers fan should be celebrating right now. And my opinion is when this went down the first time around, a lot of people felt like they could not welcome him back. I have felt from day one that when he made this decision to come back, that the fans would be behind him, and we've seen that. And there's no question now that this city and town and the Cavaliers organization, you really have a chance now to win a championship. And for LeBron, it's about coming home. But this guy wants to deliver a championship for this town. And now you actually have a realistic hope that it can happen to build around LeBron. Guys, this makes them instant Final Four team, probably to the finals, all right? I'm not going to sit here and say that with the roster they have right now, it delivers an immediate championship.
Right.
Because you could still see other deals come from this. I mean, there's rumors out there about Kevin Love and making a trade with Minnesota. There could be other pieces to this puzzle. The Cavaliers aren't done yet. I firmly believe that there's more that can happen to deliver a championship.
With the Kevin Love deal, it seemed like that was the carrot to get the horse here. We've got to make that trade to make LeBron come home. Well, now LeBron's coming home. Do you think that's still in the works, that is one of the teams they'll aim at, the Timberwolves, and try and get Love?
Absolutely, but the question is, do they want to trade Wiggins? I don't think they want to. They might have to get Love.
That's what it would take, you think, trading Wiggins?
It possibly, because Minnesota has a lot of power in this. I mean, they right now they do. I mean, they have at least until the trade deadline of next season to hold on to Love. But at some point, Minnesota will run out of time. They'll need to get as much as they can. So they'll try to work the Cavs to try to get Wiggins. But it might come to the point where the Cavaliers are able to keep Wiggins and trade future draft picks and just say, hey, open the refrigerator. This is our roster. You can have anyone but Wiggins. You can have Dion Waiters. You could have Varejao. Although I think LeBron probably wants to see Varejao stay.
Right.
But, John, you mentioned three, all right? In the NBA, you at least have to have one other guy. We've seen it. Nobody in the history of the NBA has been able to go out and win a title on their own.
Right.
Okay? Allen Iverson's the closest person that's been able to do it. Had he had a Robin, he would have won it. But even Michael Jordan had to have Pippen. I mean, the greatest players have to have help. LeBron went to Miami to win a championship, everybody. He broke our hearts, but he did what he had to do. He got a championship, but let's not forget, he needed Wade and Bosh to do it. Those guys aren't the same anymore. I mean, they really aren't. So the Cavaliers need to have a Robin, which you hope would be Kyrie Irving, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he looked at that Miami lineup with Wade, and Wade probably playing 50 games next year. That really ages this team.
Yeah. And the only way I thought there was a possibility that LeBron would stay in Miami is if Pat Riley could pull the rabbit out of his hat and somehow find a way to get like a Carmelo Anthony.
Right.
That's the only reason I had any doubt, was that Pat Riley might be able to pull the rabbit out of his hat and get a Carmelo Anthony to come be with LeBron, because LeBron and Carmelo Anthony are friends.
For those guys, for those guys, Dave, who are not named LeBron, though, at this point, they're ready to sign their deals other places, right? For many of them.
Right. I would expect Bosh to probably move on and go to Houston, right? Wade, and you know, there's a lot of talk about Wade and LeBron being on the plane and flying from Vegas to Florida and all that. Listen, nothing's going to ruin that friendship. Those guys are tight. They're boys. They won titles together, okay? Bottom line now is, when you look at it, yeah, they have to figure it out now. But Wade, I mean, his career is going on the downward side of his career. So, and another thing too. Remember this, guys. It's about coming home. And we're going to hear, I'm coming home. I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun. But it's about winning titles, all right?
Right.
And LeBron has one less title than D. Wade. If he keeps playing with Wade, and he wants to beat Wade. And LeBron wants to get to 6 like Jordan. I mean, it is about titles, guys.
Well, this was all about playing with a team that the next 4 to 5 years you can be the best in the East. That's a lot of this, I would say. In Miami, you're looking at year to year. But with what this team's got right now, this is a future plan.
Catapults them right to the top. Like I said, I mean, an instant Final Four team, possibly to the finals. The West is so tough, though. Like right now, if you look at the Cavs roster, would you guys agree that the Cavs roster against San Antonio right now?
Still tough.
Still tough,
Still
guys.
tough against the Clippers.
Right.
Not that I care, but if I'm a Miami Heat fan right now, am I just crying in my beer? Not only
they don't drink beer. I think they're probably like some sort of cocktail.
Right, with an umbrella.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We have a quote from Mickey Aronson, but Vlad.
This is LeBron's team without a doubt. And I've talked to people, and all week long trying to figure out which way this was going to go. And I have a person that's pretty close to the situation, but even that person was still, wavering a little bit. But that person told me, listen, when LeBron went to Miami, he did not have the things that he had here, the ability to walk around the Q and own that arena, the things he was able to do. His circle around him and the people around him were able to do whatever they wanted in Cleveland. They couldn't do that in Miami. Sure, he won championships, but even his family in that nature. I mean, it was a different type of environment for the James family and his crew around in Miami. Yes, in Cleveland now, without a question, this is LeBron James's team. Blatt's going to run it. He's the head coach. But James will, think about what they've done to get LeBron back. They cleared the space. They did everything that Rich Paul, his agent, told them to do. They worked it out to get James back. And now that he's back, he's going to run the show, guys. Yeah. Not only is this his team, this is his town. You have LeBron James and Johnny Manziel in the same town. My head's blowing up right now.
You'll be okay then.
It's unbelievable.
Dave, I just wish you were excited about this move.
It's, when he left, I knew this day would happen. I will admit, all week long, I didn't know if it was going to happen this week. I'm not going to be that guy that came out and said, I told you so.
Right.
Because I wasn't sure. I'm not going to lie. We were wavering.
Yeah.
But when he left, I knew he'd come back. There was no doubt this guy was coming home.
Yeah.
I know since I've been here, the whole story today.
LeBron learned a lot in that first year when he was with Miami. He hated being hated. He was the villain in the NBA.
Right.
And he learned a lot that year that I don't want to be the bad guy. And it was a miserable year, and they did not win the title. They didn't. It was the next year that they won it. So this completely, with the way he's handled this, we all hated the waiting part, but the way that it's turned out now, you don't have that spectacle on TV that the decision number 1 brought us. The decision number 2 was done in a much better manner, and he's proven that he's a different guy now, and he doesn't want to be hated. He wants to be liked, and this, for his image, is unbelievable. And imagine what the marketing campaign is going to be like right now. I'm sure right now, Nike and all that stuff that's going to, I'm coming home, and all that stuff, it's going to be incredible.
But